वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुदेवो महेश्वर गुरु साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः। जय दुर्गा टेम्पल में आए हुए सभी भक्तजनों का स्वागत है और जो ऑनलाइन देख रहे हैं वो सबको भी स्वागत है। उनको भी ग्रीटिंग्स टू ऑल द डिवोटीज हु आर ऑनलाइन एज वेल एज हु आर इन द टेम्पल। So today we are going to go forward on the first chapter of Gita, which is Arjun Vishad Yoga. Arjun Vishad Yogo Nama Prathamo Adhyaya. It is the first chapter. It is very indicative that anybody who wants to go on the path of dharma, who wants to know what is dharma, has to first have a Vishad. They should have a Vishad. And we understood what is a Vishad, what Vishad means. Why it happened to Arjun, and that is what we are going forward. So last time we looked at two words, Mitra Droha, treachery of the friend, Mitra Droha, and Kulakshaya. These are the 2 points which we were discussing last time, and Arjun is going forward with the same thing of the impact. What are the impacts of Kulakshaya? When there will be a war, there will be so many men dying, and because of that, what will be the impact on the society? That is what Arjun is looking at. And because Arjun is looking at the impact and the results of the war are so negative on the side of the humanity and society, that is why he is telling that I do not want to fight. I do not want to win the war, and I also do not want the kingdom. That is what Arjun is telling. It's very interesting, actually. You know, we have to. When we are studying something, it is not only what we are studying; it is also what is the importance of that study, why that study is required, and this is especially very important in case where it is a path of spirituality. It is path of self-realization. We have seen in the European society, there is a sentence, everything is fair in love and war. If you are in a war, any decision, any action which you take during the war is acceptable, is fair. That is what the European society says. Everything is fair in war. But here in the Sanatan Sanskriti, which we are learning now, which we are understanding, Arjun is telling, no, I do not want to go for the war. Even though he is guaranteed, he knows exactly that he is going to win, because he is the biggest warrior, he is the most skilled warrior. He knows that if he is going to fight, everything in front of him, everybody in front of him are going to die. And that is why he has a sorrow, he has a Vishad. Even though a person, a warrior who is fighting, he has got 100% guarantee that he is going to win, still he is not ready to fight because he is seeing the negative impact of the war. He is seeing the big change in the society, and that is why. So this is a big difference which we see. One side there is a European culture, or one type of culture, what they say culture, by the way. So they say that everything is fair in war. And this is where we are seeing Arjun telling, no, I don't want to go in the war, because there is a negative impact on the society. So when we are studying Sanatan Dharma, we have to see what are the qualities, what are the specialities, what are the highlighted points, at least we should be knowing. There are so many words nowadays in the society. Sarva Dharma Samabhav, acceptance of all the religions and acceptance of all the thoughts coming in. If one thought is telling that everything is fair in war, and the other thought is telling, no, first look at the impact and the results of the war and then decide whether you have to go for it or not. How they both can be equal, how they both can be evaluated as the same. So everybody is not same. We have to see and pick what is right and wrong. Even when we go for a simple purchasing, in the store, we are even looking at 2 rice bags, we are saying which is better. No, everything is same, everything has got the starch in it, but we evaluate it. So when there is a question on the whole society, how we can say everything is same? Everything is not same. Everything is not equal. There are priorities and there are better ways and better thoughts to be followed. And that is what is Sanatan Dharma. So when we are learning this, we have to remember that what exactly we are learning. Otherwise we will be just chanting Gita, probably, if we can chant, if we can speak in Sanskrit. But we will be merely chanting and we will be merely translating it. And we will say that, oh, I have studied Gita, I have read Gita. No, Gita is to be studied in depth, and that is why we are going with that depth. So why we are studying and what is the change, what is the difference, we have to identify and apply it in everyday's life. We have to apply it in every day, in every decision which we take, whether it is what is called as in Sanskrit, susangata. It is in alignment with the thoughts which are given by the Sanatan Dharma. So let us go forward on this. So Arjun was telling in Sloka 38 and 39, Kulakshayam and Mitra Droha. And then we talked about various Mitra, 2 different kinds, a good friendship examples and the examples of a friendship which is for purpose or pleasure. So we talked about it. We will go further now, and in that example we have seen a good example, I mean a good friendship, who is a good friend. And we talked about Krishna and Arjun, Ram and Sugriv, and Krishna and Sudama. And we also looked at the other side, Karna and Duryodhan. Karna thought that, and he was always telling, you are my friend, you are my friend. Each other, they always told each other, you are my friend, but they were not. The relationship is not based on friendship. Relationship is based on a person who is giving another person a kingdom, so it is obligatory. That's not a friendship. A true friend will not be able to speak if there is a obligatory relationship. And same for the Drupad and Dron, and then Alauddin Khilji and Ratan Singh. The treachery. I am your friend to captivate you. It's not right. So we'll go further on Sloka 40. Kulakshaye pranashyanti kula dharma sanatanaha dharme nashte kulam krutsnam adharmo bibhavatyuta. Now Arjun is telling, Arjun is going forward, that what will be the impact, what will be the situation where the war will be done and the people will be dying. What will be the impact? What will be the next impact of people dying in the war? So going forward on that, let us do the Anvay first. Kulakshaya means destruction of the dynasty. Kulakshaye pranashyanti. Pranashyanti means vanquished. When there is a kulakshaya, when there are so many people dying, pranashyanti kula dharmaha sanatana. The sanatana kula dharma will be vanquished. Means the family traditions. The translation is not a complete translation as a family tradition, but basically it is the values which a family carry. A family, a dynasty, a society, whatever values they carry is kula dharma sanatanaha will be pranashyati. Means those values which are eternal values, which are carried over by the society, by the people, by the dynasty, by the families, will be pranashyanti, will be vanquished. And then what will happen? Because of the kula dharma is getting vanquished, the family traditions will be vanquished. Dharme nashte kulam krutsnam. When the good things go were vanquished, when those values will be vanquished, Then adharmo vibhavatyuta. Abhibhavati. Abhibhavati means overcome. Adharma will overcome the dharma. When the kulam will be nashtam, when the kulam will be vanquished, it will be died, it will be destroyed, then the dharma will be destroyed of that kula, and then adharma abhibhavati means adharma will overcome. So in normal language, what does it mean? It means that it's just like in our garden, when we don't do a proper gardening, we don't maintain the lawn, and we don't do proper, all the plants and everything. What we see? We see all the wild bushes coming up. We see some trees start seedling and coming up. And if we do not attend it for a long period, the whole garden will be converted into a forest. All different kind of things will come up in the garden. This is exactly same thing. Same way for the body. If we do not maintain a good healthy habit, if we do not eat a healthy food, if we do not do the exercise in everyday life, we do not maintain a regularity in life, what will happen? Our body will be bad, we will fall sick. We will fall sick. That means that if something good is not done or something good is not existing, the bad has got an automatic tendency to come up. To work towards a dharma way, a righteous way, an effort has to be put. Whereas to not follow and to go through the adharma or to evolution of adharma, it doesn't need an effort. It just comes up. To maintain good health, you need to do exercise. But to fall sick, you don't need to do exercise. You just eat whatever way you want to do, and you do not sleep and you do not take care, and you will fall sick. So adharma has a tendency to come up every moment when there is no dharma. This is to be remembered by especially those people who think that we are on the dharma side. At present, what we are seeing in the society, and we are telling that, oh, this has gone bad, this has gone bad. It is not because of the bad people it has gone bad. It has gone bad because of the inaction of the good people. This is extremely important to remember. So those people who think that we are good and we want to see everything, sarvena sukhina santu, sarve santu niramaya, everybody should be happy, everybody should be working together, everybody should live together. They have to work hard. They have to work hard and continuously. They have to work hard, they have to work continuously, and they have to maintain their righteous path. If they do not do that, adharma will be abhibhavati. Adharma will come up. Adharma will always come up. It has a tendency to come up, even if there is no effort put for it. So dharma needs an effort, adharma doesn't need an effort. Here in this sloka it is very clear. Dharme nashte kulam krutnam adharmo abhibhavatyuta ita abhibhavati ita abhibhavatyuta. It comes up. So good people have to keep working hard to maintain. That is what it exactly shows us. How it is applicable to me today. We always say that the whole objective of this session is Gita for me today, now and in future. How it is for my future, how it will be for my future, we have to remember that. We have to learn from it. And then only we will be able to see the impact and the positive thoughts which are coming in the society through Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Also, we should be proud that this kind of a in-depth analysis is done. Also, there is one more thing, there are so many things comes to my mind when I talk actually. We know that Arjun was a great archer, he was a great warrior. But here, when he is talking, he looks like a philosopher also. In today's life, we are talking that specialization. This person is specialized. He is a doctor. Now he is a doctor of the bones, orthopedic surgeon. Then after that, he is only the hand bones, the palm bones. He doesn't know anything other than that. He is so specialized. He is specialized only in a very specific area. and he doesn't know anything about other things. If there are people like that in the society, what happens? Here there is a warrior, but the warrior also knows when to fight and when not to fight, when to go in the war, when not to go in the war. He is not only a muscle man and an archer, he is also a philosopher. He knows exactly where to. So that means that with every education which we get for the bread, you become doctor, engineer, carpenter, anything which you do, but you must have a philosophical eye along with it, so that you know when you are working, what is the righteous way of working can be decided by that person right over there. That is why Gita has to be taught to everyone. It is not a specialized, it's not only the Panditji who should be knowing Gita, it is everybody who should be knowing Gita. Because decisions are taken every day by every individual. And to take a righteous decision, to take a correct decision, and to evaluate the future impact of the decision, that person at that moment should be knowing about it. And to know that, they should have the brain to analyze it, the intellect to analyze it. And for developing that intellect, we need Gita. That is why we should study Gita. It is not only a pious thing, it is definitely pious thing, no doubt about it. But it is not only a pious thing to be, you put your hand together and say, oh, and then you go to the Gita. No, Gita is to be studied and applied every day. This is what is even seen by this sloka also. A big archer has got a big philosophy behind whether he should go for a war or not. Adharmo abhibhavat. So here we have got two words also. One is kul. Kulakshaya means cool. What is a cool? It is not C-O-O-L. It is not a yo cool. It is a kul means dynasty, family traditions. Is it just group of people who are born under specific ancestry? What is in the bracket? What the cool means? I belong to this cool means what? I belong to this dynasty means what? Elders carry the traditions, noble values, customs and ideals which they pass to the next generation. These values guides the new generation. That is the first thing. So elders carry the tradition, they give it to the new generation, and the next generation gives it to the another generation. This successive handover of traditions and noble values is part of the cool. So what will happen? Kulakshaya, when all these men will die, so in absence of the man, there will be no transfer of values, and it will be an uncontrolled and unguided society. That is adharmo. So now the word becomes kula dharma. Kula and dharma. Once we know about kula, then dharma. What is a kula dharma? So somebody will ask, okay, what is my kul dharma? Tell me in Toronto, if I am working, I am working as a machinist in a machine shop. What is my kul dharma? And what I should be doing? People will ask question. When we have to apply it, we have to first say the kul dharma. So there are four major bifurcations which are told by Krishna, by Yogeshwar Krishna in Gita. But until we reach that slok, I'll refer to this other slok. So to understand one's dharma, what is my dharma? To understand it, there is a slok in Purusha Sukta. In Purusha Sukta, we have got a slok. What is Purusha Sukta? Okay, when the Panditji is doing Rudri or Lagu Rudri, he is talking about, he is chanting Purusha Sukta. Purush means a man, a human body. Which body here we were talking about in Purusha Sukta is the body, the whole country, the whole world is identified as a human being. And what are the functions of the human body? Accordingly, the functions of the sections of the society will be. And that is how it has been identified as in the Purusha Sukta. And this is a very, very, very challenged slok also. So we will be taking reference of this slok in future also. So the slok is like this. It is the 13th slok of Purusha Sukta. If somebody is interested, they can Google it and they can look at it. Brahmanosya mukhamasita. Bahurajanyam krutaha uru tadyasya yadveshya padmayagum shudro ajayata. In translation, it means that the Brahmin part, Brahmin doesn't mean only one who is wearing the thread and one who is having the shikha. Brahmin is a quality that will also come in Gita. Or who is a Brahmin in 18th chapter, 42nd to 48th sloka. If somebody is interested again to reference. So Brahmin, Rajanya, Kshatriya, Vaishya and Shudra. These are four different qualities of a person, and that person belongs to one of that quality, and they have to work accordingly. That is his dharma. So here it is Brahmana Mukhamasita. The Brahmins are the face, the mouth and the face of the society. That is what it is telling. So face is the identification of a person. How do we identify a person? Through the face. They are the expression of the society. Also, the mouth is feeding inside. So whatever should go inside the body is decided by the mouth. What thoughts will be given to the society? What kind of education system will be established in the society? Who will be taking care of the good thoughts going in the brain, the good air going through the breathing, the good thoughts coming through the ears, and the good food going through the mouth will be decided by the people who are righteous people, who are not selfish people, who are not thinking about themselves only. They look at the whole society. Just like we do not eat any poisonous thing because the body will die, the mouth is taking care. If we find a stone in our mouth while eating, we push it out. The mouth knows that this stone should not go in the stomach, otherwise it will create problem. That is Brahmin. Bahu Rajanya Kutaha. The hands are Kshatriya. What does the hand do? They work hard. They help the other part of the body. If I get a thorn in my foot, my hand will go there and pull the thorn out. So they take care of the body. They support the body. They work hard. They do the defense. They protect the body. They fight in case of an attack. That is what the Kshatriya is. That is why Kshatriya is for protection and care of the society. Those people who feel that I am strong, I am capable, and I want to protect the society, their nature is Kshatriya. Uru tadasyam yadvesham. Vaishya, the business class, is whom? Uru means the torso, the stomach. What does the stomach do? Stomach digests and send the nourishment all through the body. They utilize the resources which are given to them. They don't snatch the resources. We see today in a capitalistic system, they snatch the resources. They try to get as much as possible. If the tummy becomes so big of a human being, it is not considered as a healthy human being. So how come only little part of the society has got maximum number of resources for them? That's not a healthy society. That is what this Purusha Sukta is telling. A uru should be fit. A stomach should be fit and flat. That is how the industrialist, the business people in the society should be working. That is what it is telling Uru. So it is taking whatever is given to them as a resource, they take the nourishment out of it, extract it and give it all around the body. And Padmayagum Shudro Ajayata. Shudra, it is not Kshudra, it is not KSH, it is HHU, Shudra, not Kshudra, because Kshudra means lower, below. Many people totally misunderstood this word and this slok itself. That, oh, you are telling somebody who was downtrodden, untouchable. It has been so misunderstood, misjudged, misinformed, miseducated, misevaluated, misinterpreted. mistreated, whatever we want to say, this slok. But this slok is exactly telling how a healthy society will live. Shudra means the working class of the society. Shudra is working class. They are the legs. They make the society move. The society is not moved by the people who are just giving values and everything like Brahmins or the protection. How come a hand will be able to protect unless the legs are working correctly? If the legs are not working, you ask a doctor, oh, I have got an indigestion. Oh, I have got a problem in my tummy. What happens? Doctor says you, okay, you go and walk. Are you doing exercise? You walk, you run. Even so, to keep all these three things correct, there is legs, the most important part. One of the most important part is legs. And that is why the working class, the serving class, people who do seva, people who do help to the society, are considered as the legs. But that has been so misunderstood and misinterpreted as, oh, all those people, the Shudras are told as leg, they are below, they are lower, they are untouchable, they are considered as untouchable. A completely misunderstood sloka. Why am I referring over here? I am referring because that is the dharma. What is dharma? The righteous action as per my nature is my dharma. When I don't do the righteous action as per my dharma, and as which is my dharma, my and society situation goes bad. That is what is happening. So dharme nashte kulam krustam. What dharma will be nashta? The people, when there are so many men will die, the people, the new generation will not be guided to do what they are supposed to be doing. And there will be all mix up. A person who is not skilled enough will be doing that job. And then they will not do it right way. Oh, it is only skilled. No, it is not only skill, it is a nature. Imagine there is a person who is not thinking anything wrong in taking a bribery, and now he is a revenue officer. He studied commerce, he gave his all his exams, and he becomes a police officer, a revenue officer, anybody. But he is not righteous from his heart. He will take bribery, and he will not think anything wrong in it also. For those positions, we need an honest person. So, the skill is not only what we are educated and what we are taught, but it is inside the skill of working. It is not skill of execution. It is not skill just to do the work, it is skill how and when and in which way I should be thinking to do that work. That is what is a dharma. That is what the dharma is. And if that skill is lost, people will be mixed up. People will not know what to do, where to do. Wrong people will come in wrong positions. And because of that, what will happen? The adharma will start up. What we see in today's society is that people in the biggest political positions, they are corrupt. Industrialists, they want to suck more and more money from the society. How come a Purush, the world man, the human body, as we establish the world as a human, how that will be healthy? That cannot be healthy. And that cannot be healthy means adharma. People not doing the righteous duty and actions as prescribed. As prescribed in their nature. Working only for self and not keeping society's betterment and upliftment in the view. That is what is adharma. And adharma will always overcome when the dharma is gone. Dharme nashte kulam krustam. Dharme nashte. So when the kulam will be, so many people will die, adharma will come up. There will be no guided. people. So what will happen? So now Arjuna is going further. If the adharma comes up, what will happen? What is the ripple effect of adharma? So we'll go to the next sloka. Adharma bibhavat Krishna pradushanti kulastriyah strishu dushta suvarshreya jayate varna sankara. Here there are so many words which are new words. Adharma, let us first do the anvay part. Adharma abhibhavati. Abhibhavat means it comes, preponderance. When the adharma, the irreligion, there is no translation of the word adharma in English. But basically not doing the righteous actions. When the adharma will prepond, abhibhavati. Pradushyanti kulastriya. Pradushyanti. Become immoral. Pradushana. We have got a word in Hindi and also in Sanskrit. Pradushana. Dushana means something going bad. Pradushana means actively, forcefully something going bad. So we say environmental science. In environmental science we get pradushan, the pollution of the air. So pradushyanti becomes immoral. Who? Kulastriya, the women of the family. When the adharma comes, pradushyanti kulastriya. Strishu dushtasu varshneya. Varshneya means Krishna. And when the women become dushtasu, when they become immoral, jayate varna sankara. Varna sankara means unwanted progeny. So what will happen? In normal sense, in normal way, pradushyanti kulastriya. So when so many people from a kula will die, the skills will be lost, the specialities will be lost, people will not be doing their right duties, and that will cause the adharma. With that adharma, so here Arjuna is, so this sloka is understood as well as misunderstood in both ways. So I will talk about both ways so that we know exactly what is that. Here it looks like Arjuna is looking at the women part of the society is a lower level. When all the men will go, then the adharma will come and adharma will come. So the women will become immoral. It looks like as if Arjuna is telling the men are controlling women. But it is not the case. It is rather exactly opposite. When there is no protection, when there is no protection of the man, when there is no guidance of the man, when there is no nurturing from the man, what will happen? The protection of the women will go. Which protection? Oh, we are not incapable. We are capable to protect ourselves. No, it is not that protection. It is that protection, but it is to a limited extent. Women can protect themselves. They are strong enough. Their body is strong enough. Especially with the weapons available nowadays, it is definitely can protect it. This is not the protection. The protection here we are talking about is the function of a person in the society, in a family. Here Arjuna is clearly telling that the culture and the dharma to carry out in the family is main responsibility of the women. How they can do it? Let us take today's example. Here now today, and I think it is a debatable issue, so maybe somebody will say that, oh, this Panditji is talking about something old time. But let us take an example. Today, most of the women are also doing the job. They are also part of the bread earning function, bread earning work. They are doing bread earning. They are responsible for taking care of the kids. They are taking care of their education, their food, their healthy habits, everything. That is not correct. Their main function is to take care of the kids and the family, the older people in the society. So somebody will say, no, that means you are not considering them equal. Well, it is not the question of equal. It is a question of specific skill. Women are more loving people. Their nature, women by nature, is more loving. Matrutva, mother-hearted creature, mother-hearted human being. A father will not be able to handle a 2-year-old child more than 5 minutes who is making mischief. But a mother will take care of it. Highest level of tolerance is in women. So these skills are required to nurture the family. Matrutva, Vatsalya, parenthood. All these qualities are required to nurture and grow a family and the new generation, as well as the seva of the old people, older generation, previous generation. This can be done only by the women in a better way. So, if we are telling them, no, you also go for the job, that work which is their primary work will suffer. They will not be able to give a good amount of attention and time to their main function. What will happen because of that? The kids will not get proper attention, proper care, proper love. The older people will not also get proper care, and the family will start losing their bond among themselves. Why? Because we have given a person which is not their primary skill. And we are not by doing a job, and we are giving them a work to remove them or partially from their regular work. So, adharmo abhibhavati. And because of that, when the people will be, this is the work. So, man's work is to provide, to do the providence of that atmosphere, that opportunity, that resources, that earning that much money, giving physical protection, so that the woman in the society, in the family, will be able to give nurturing to the kids, will be able to serve to the elder people in the family. That is what is their dharma, and they cannot continue with that dharma, what is a Stri dharma, which is their primary skill. Dharma means righteous thing, primary skills to be executed in proper way, proper time. That is why the Striya, the women will become adharma. The adharma will enter into it. And once that happens, Strishu Dusta Su Varshneya. Once that happens, what happens? Now there is second part of it. The second part is when so many men will die. Even physically we say, when so many people will die and there is imbalance of the number of women and number of men in the society, what happens? This women's key role in nurturing the families and building religious propriety will be lost. Let us take an example from the history. Very high ratio of the women in society. What will happen? In Second World War, new families were created as women married to servicemen of other nations and moved to overseas. And this is what happened when so many millions of men died, mostly men died in the war. Children were born in fatherless homes as a result of demobilized troops leaving UK to return to US and Canada, or due to a death as a result of the war. So many kids were there in homeless kids. The divorce rate spiked as many families struggled to readjust to a world at peace. If you look at the Google and if you go into internet and you search, there were hardly 0.8 million women, 0.8 million women working were in the working class before World War. After World War, 18 million women were poured into the industries. They have to work because there is no man to feed them. And we need to run the machineries, we need to run the, do the produce for a society to consume. And if there is no labor available, okay, let the women come out of the home and start working in the industries. That is what happened when so many men died. And we know that. At that time, having a relationship with the boss in the office and all that, that was considered as a okay. Because they wanted the society to go further. They were thinking that way. Take the society further. But that is all the bad effect of the many people, all the men dying. So women have a key role in nurturing families. Stability of the family means stability of nation. And the example set by the parents. Also another part, economic load on the national finance system. If there are no righteous people, if there are no virtuous women in the society, it is an economical load. How it is economical load? Imagine there are so many divorces happening in the society. There are kids who are on social welfare system. There are women who are on social welfare system. There are less people who will work and pay taxes if there is no culture in the society, if there is no culture maintained in the society. So the economics of the society will be unstable. That is how the economic load in society, in the nation will increase. A good woman, a good wife, and a cohesive family will create good kids, skilled kids, a good quality, a virtuous kids, and a virtuous citizens. And that will make the nation further. They will pay taxes and they will work in honest way to grow the nation. That is why a cohesive, a good family is the base unit of developing a nation. And to develop a good family, the main important person is the woman, the mother, the daughters, the sisters in the family. If they are not given an opportunity enough to provide that skill and work on that direction, the whole nation gets disturbed. And that is what Arjun is telling here. There is one more thing, reduce morality. Definitely, if there are so many women and there are less men, there will be a loss of morality. And reduced morality causes load on law and justice. Most of the, if you see the statistics, most of the people who do the crime, look at how they are grown up in their family, a disturbed family. So it loads the law and justice system and again the expenses to maintain the law and justice. And of course the skilled labor and the skilled people not available to work. So what happens? Varna Sankara, Varna Sankara. This will result in newborns having adulterated skills and no specialities as per the Varna. Varna means what we talked a while before. Are they virtuous and other people? Then they are Brahman Varna. Or if they are protecting and they are strong and they are fighting and warrior kind of quality, then they are Kshatriya Varna. That is what the Varna means. Varna means a person's quality. It is not only by birth. The new generation will not follow the ideals and principles of their ancestors because they are confused, they are not guided. There is no specific trend. And there is no pride or history left. When I was a young boy, when I was going to the school, I always hated history. I never liked history. I thought that why we have to learn history? Perhaps I was not explained well. So I thought that learning history is useless. It has already happened. Why we have to worry about it? Today I think it is exactly opposite. If we don't learn any other skills, that is okay. We should learn history. Because those who doesn't understand from history has to repeat it. I had an opportunity to go to Mexico for my some work related to my work. And I meet one engineer over there, very highly qualified engineer, very hardworking person. They work 6 days a week and they work minimum 12 to 14 hours a day. That is what they work over there. It is something to be appreciated. Very hardworking person, very highly qualified person. I had an opportunity to talk to him. I moved around in the society. He was really grieving. He was really sad about that thing. I told him, what is the problem? Why? Mexico got its independence almost 170, 180 years ago. I don't know exact date and year, but it is over around 170 years. On other hand, countries like India and other, they have got 70, 75 years of independence. But still, we find that there is a lot of turbulence in the Mexican society. So I asked him, what is the problem? Why there is so much of drug and all this abuse is happening over here? He explained me. And I realized suddenly, sometimes you have got a diamond in your pocket, but you do not know about it. Because nobody explained you what is a diamond. That is what happened to me. He told that when the Mexico got the independence, how the Mexico got independence. Number one, the Mexico was a complete ethnic cleansing by the European. When the Spaniards come, they killed almost everybody. So first question I asked him, what is the Mexican language? He told me Spanish. I told him, no, Spanish is a language from Europe. What is your language as a Mexican? And he told none. We do not have that. We do not have any books on it. Very, very few people speak it. And it is a dying language. If the language is dying, the dynasty is dying. So number one is the ethnic cleansing itself, which created a big impact. Everybody over there is speaking Spanish. In India, we are lucky, we are having Srimad Bhagavad Gita in our hand. There was no ethnic cleansing done by Britishers in India. We have to thank them for not killing all of us. Anyway, so going further. So he told that because of that, there is no dynasty. There are no noble thoughts. And because of no noble thoughts, they do not have anybody who is an ideal to follow. In India, we say that, oh, you become a patriot like Bhagat Singh, like Shivaji, like Maharana Pratap. We have got some references. You become great scientist like Panini, like Aryabhat. You become great scholar. We have got references in the history. We have got various references. Not only knowledge-wise, money-wise also. Extremely rich businessman. Skills. Extremely great skills. You go and see the temples and you will know what kind of a sculpture in India. We have got reference. We have got reference to see. We have got reference to be proud of. Mexico has got none. They do not know what was happening 500 years ago. What was the culture? The last stone of their religious place is also broken down, demolished. They don't have any temples, something to refer to. They have got Mayan culture, which is only stones over there, kept one on the other, if you go over there. They don't have any reference. So what happens? Because of that, the kids, the new generation, doesn't have an ideal to follow, doesn't have a pride, a thought which they can be proud and follow that thought. So now the only thought is get maximum number of money by whatever way you get. Quickest, easiest, fastest, and by any means. So money and women, and then you do drug, you do anything for that. So, in the society, there is no ideal. And I understood what is the importance of having a reference in the history. That is what is making us pride. So when all the men will die, what will happen? Sankar, Varna Sankar, the kids will not have any references. They will not know who is my father. They will not have any references. Father doesn't mean only biological father. Father means who also gives a value. Santan, samyak tanoti iti santan. Just like a santan means what? One who takes your values forward is santan. Samyak tanoti iti santan. So you should have, as a father, you should have some values to give to the kid. If there is no father, there is Varna Sankaro bhi jayate. And then Arjun says, 42nd sloka. Sankaro narakayaiva kulagnanam kulasya cha patanti pitaro yesham lupta pindodaka kriyaha. Lupta pindodaka kriyaha. Also here there are so many new words. Pinda. Pind means what? Pinda and Udaka. Lupta means gone. The Pinda and Udaka Kriya will be gone. Will be Lupta. Pind means, now this is, it reminds me, Max Muller. He was a very big scholar from Europe, and he came to India. And he is seeing the Shraddha Karma. When somebody dies, we prepare the balls of rice and we put over there as a Pinda. And we do the Shraddha. Somebody who has seen it will remember it. So when he is seeing those Pinda, that is called as a Pinda, the balls of rice. So exactly, the balls of rice is the word given by him. So he told, okay, so what do? They put the balls of rice. But that ball of rice is not Pinda. You cannot explain a Pinda with a balls of rice. Because a ball of rice is also coming in your dish to eat. That ball of rice and the ball of rice which is put in the during the Shraddha Karma are two different things. The feeling and the understanding behind it is not understood. But here Arjun is telling, Lupta Pindodaka Kriyaha. Why? Because when there is a Varna Sankar, when there is adulteration in the society, when the people do not follow the righteous thing, people do not even know what is the righteous actions required. What will happen? They do not know whom to follow. They do not know what is the right or wrong way. And that Sankaro means this pollution in the society. Narka Raiva is Naraka, the hell. Naraka means hell. Can you imagine? The definition of hell here is not where you are put in a fire, you are boiled in a, in a burning, in a very hot oil bath. That is not Narka here told. Sanatan Dharma doesn't say Nark means this. Sanatan Dharma is not in the definition of Sanatan Dharma. Nark doesn't mean that. Where your skin will be peeled off alive. Your limbs will be cut. There will be millions of slashes on your body every day. That is not Narka. That is not the definition of Narka in Sanatan Dharma, in Sanatan viewpoint. That is not Narka. See, any feeling or any situation is coming in our mind, and it is the state of mind which says you whether you are happy or unhappy. That is why even people who are sitting in big mansions and having so many cars and everything, they suicide because they are unhappy. They have got all the resources, they have got all the sukha sadhana, all the convenient situations, but they are unhappy. They are in Narka. They don't want to live there. Nark means what? Nobody wants to go there. Nark is a place where nobody wants to go. Ask anybody, do you want to go to hell? No, I don't want to go to hell. Anybody will say, I don't want to go to hell. Yeah. So, Nark means you do not want to go to that place because you are unhappy. Why you are unhappy? So, the happiness is state of mind. So when the mind is in a state which is so unhappy, it is equivalent to narka. So sankaro narka raiva, narka yaiva. Sankaro narka. Having this adulterated society is giving so much grief that is equivalent to narka. That is what Arjuna is telling. Why? Because there will be lupta pindodaka kriyaha. The people will not be following the righteous way. The new generation will have no respect and no imagination of the hard work which is done by their ancestors. When we do the lupta pindodaka kriya means we put the, if somebody is already seen the Panditji, when Panditji does the Shraddha work, they must have seen it if they were careful enough and giving attention. They put the balls of rice and they put the water, they put it in the water. Udaka means water. Udaka means water and pinda means the balls of rice which they put over there. When it is put, so pinda udaka kriyaha, that means they will not be doing proper shraddha. They will not be doing the shraddha. Shraddha means what? It is not only the karma kand, it is to tell our ancestors that whatever virtues, whatever good qualities you have given, whatever values you have taught us, we will carry forward and we commit to that. That commitment is shraddha. So now if I don't know what are the values, now I do not know what are my parents, I do not know what I am supposed to be doing, that means they will not give value, they will not understand, they will not have a clear guideline, and so they will not follow that path. When they do not follow that path, the ancestor will be so unhappy. We know that when we tell our kids, you do this, and if our kids do not follow those things, we are very unhappy. It is equivalent to narka. That is why sankaro narka raiva and lupta pindodaka kriyaha. We will look at this slok a little bit more next time we come. So I have got an announcement also today, because today is the 17th of December 2022. It is the last Saturday we are having a pravachan for this year. We will be taking a break in between. And our next pravachan will commence on 14th of January 2023. So we have got around 3 weekends in between which we are not going to have the pravachan. Aha, that means no pravachan? Okay, it's good, we will have some time. No, it is not that way. Swadhyaya pravachanabhyam na pramaditavyam. We should not be lazy in the study, especially this kind of study. We get couple of less marks in mathematics, it's okay. But if we do not understand this well, our life will be a naraka. So to do that, I will request all those people who are online and who are going to see this video and also present over here, to study the first chapter, read through it, try to understand. Gita is a mother and mother's experience with everybody is different. You ask each kid, they will have different experience for the mother. Because Gita is a mother and we are the kids, every kid has got a different experience and understanding of Gita. That is why there are so many lectures in different ways on Gita. Are they all correct? Yes, they are all correct. It is their own perception of the mother. So, please study the first chapter, and when we come back, again on 14th of January 2023, same time, Saturday, 10 to 11, then we will go further on the sloka 42 of chapter 1. Till then, I wish everybody having a nice holiday time, a nice year-end time, holidays, vacations, whatever you are going to enjoy, enjoy it nicely and healthy way. And I will complete my pravachan for today with this note. Vasudeva sutam devam kansachanuramardanam devaki paramanandam krishnam vande jagadgurum गुरु ब्रह्मा गुरु विष्णु गुरुदेवो महेश्वर गुरु साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः।
सुमिरन की बेला लगा तेरे भक्तों का मेला, मन में श्रद्धा प्रेम